Welcome to educational channel of Suresh Bhatt classes. We are going to discuss probability, topic 16.3 of NCERT. The topic 16.3 is event. Any subset E of sample space S is called event, and we learn it by some example. The example is if we toss a coin for 2 times, then our sample space is head head, which is denoted by HH, HT, which is denoted head tail, which is denoted by HT, tail head denoted by TH, or tail tail. So this is our sample space. Now I write few events. Exactly one head appears, and that is event 1, E1, equal to HT or TH, head tail or tail head. Event 2 is at most one head appears, that is event 2, E2, equal to HT, TH or TT. At most means that either 0 head is there or 1 head is there. So this is our E2. Exactly one tail appears, E3, equal to HT and TH. In both the cases there is one tail, or we can say exactly one tail appears when we throw a coin for 2 times for a toss. Our fourth event is no tail appears, E4, equal to HH. Here we find that there is no tail shown in this set. The fifth event is the first toss is head, and we write E5 equal to HH, HT. In both the cases, the first toss is head. And if we observe all these events, what we find, these all are subset of sample space S. So E1, E2, E3, E4, E5 all are subset of sample space S. Thus all the events E1, E2, E3, E4, E5 are subset of S, and any subset of S is called an event. We go to another example. The second example is we roll a die and we write the sample space. The sample space in this case is S equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our first event is outcome is odd and E1 equal to 1, 3, 5, and we observe that this 1, 3, 5 is subset of S. The second event is outcome is even, which is E2 equal to 2, 4, 6. Event 3 is outcome is divisible by 3, E3 equal to 3, 6. Our fourth event is outcome is less than 5. Then the element of this E4 are 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we observe, all these E1, E2, E3, E4 all are subset of set S or set of sample space. So these all are event. Topic 16.3.1 occurrence of an event. If we throw a coin twice and we denote an event as 2 head comes, and if 2 head come, then we say that event has occurred, and if 2 head do not come, then we say that event has not occurred. Similarly, we throw a die and denote the event as even number appears, and if 2, 4, 6 appear on the upper face of the die, then we say that the event has occurred, and if 2, 4, 6 do not appear on the die, upper face of the die, then we say that the event has not occurred. Topic 16.3.2 Types of event. The first type is impossible and sure event. In the impossible and sure event, any event which is not in sample space is impossible event, and all the events which are in sample space are sure event. For example, if we throw a die, then sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And if we say that if we throw a die and either 7 or 8 comes, then this is not possible, because die have these 6 faces and the numbers which will appear on upper face is either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. It cannot have 7, 8 or any other number. So for coming of 7, 8 or any other number is impossible. So we say that this is impossible event, and coming of any of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 is a sure event. Second type of event is simple event. If an event has only one sample point, then it is simple event. For example, from the sample space of throwing a die, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, the event E1, 1, or event 2, event 3 is 3, event 4 is 4, event 5 is coming of 5, and event 6 is coming of 6. All these events have only one sample point, which is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So these all are simple event, which are having only one sample point. Hence these are all simple events. We can go to another example of throwing a coin twice for toss. Then our sample space is HH, HT, TH or TT, which denotes two heads, head and tail, tail and head, and tail and tail. So our event 1, if we only write HH or coming up of two heads, then this is simple event. If we say that the first throw is head and in second throw we get tail, then HT is our simple event. Or we say that in first throw we get tail and in second throw we get head, then TH is our simple event. And if we say in both the throw we are getting tails, then TT is our simple event. So all E1, E2, E3 or E4 are simple events, as these all consist only one sample point of the sample space S. Third type of events are compound events. If an event has more than one sample point, it is a compound event. And we give the example like this. If we roll a die and we have the sample space having the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and if we say that even number appears, then this event is having the elements 2, 4, 6. So we say event 1, 2, 4, 6, and as it has more than one element in it, hence this is compound event. If we denote our event number less than 4 appears, then our event is 1, 2, 3. Our event E2 has the elements 1, 2, 3. Here also there are more than one element, and hence it is compound event. If our event is number divisible by 3, then our event E3 equal to having elements 3, 6. Here also we have more than one element, hence it is compound event. So these all are compound events. Topic 16.3.3 Algebra of Events. As we know from the chapter of sets, we can easily define the algebra of events in terms of sets. Complementary event. For every event A, another event corresponding to A is A dash or A bar called not A. So both are complementary events to each other. And for example, when we roll a die, as we know, our sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And if we denote our event A as even number appears, then A equal to 2, 4, 6. Then A bar or not A denoted by A dash is 1, 3, 5. So all those elements which are not in A and are in sample space are not A, which is 1, 3, 5. So we define like this: all elements which are not in A are in A dash or A bar. Thus A dash equal to all omega such that omega belongs to sample space S and omega does not belong to A. So we have defined in the set notation A dash equal to all omega belongs to such that omega belongs to sample space S and omega does not belong to A. Second, of algebra of events, the event A or B. Like in set notation, we write A or B as A union B, and A union B equal to all omega such that omega belongs to A or omega belongs to B. So these are our two events denoted by A and B. So all the elements coming in A as well as in B are our event A union B. This may be disjoint set or it may be a joint set. So all the elements coming in A as well as in B are our event A or B, which we can denote as A union B. The third part of the algebra of events is event A and B. In event A and B are those elements which are common in A and B and are denoted by A intersection B, like set notation A intersection B. So events A intersection B equal to, in set notation, all omega such that omega belongs to A and omega belongs to B, and we can display it by Venn diagram. So this is the portion we have shaded is A intersection B. This portion is A intersection B. So we give the example like this. If we throw a die twice and we note down the all outcomes and we make the sample space, if we define event A as when the die is thrown, then 5 is in first throw. then set A is, or event A is 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, and 5, 6. And we define event B as event B where sum of both throw is more than 9. Then B is 4, 6, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6. Then our event A and B is A intersection B, which is equal to 5, 5 and 5, 6. This way we define A and B. In the algebra of events, the fourth is event A but not B. This consists of all events which are in A and are not in B. So in set notation we denote it like this: A minus B equal to A intersection B naught, and we can denote it like this in Venn diagram. The shaded region of the sets A and B, which denotes A minus B or A intersection B naught. Topic 16.3.4 Mutually exclusive events. Two events A and B are called mutually exclusive events if the occurrence of any one of them excludes the occurrence of the other. It also means that set A and set B are disjoint sets. Thus, A intersection B is phi, or A intersection B is null set. So we learn it by some example. So the example is, a coin is tossed twice. Event A is in both toss head appears. Event B is at least one tail appears. So our sample space is head head, which is HH, head tail, which is HT, tail head, which is TH, and tail tail, which is TT. And A is both head appears, which is HH, and B is at least one tail appears. So HT, TH, or TT. Now what we find here, that there is no common element in between A and B. So both are mutually exclusive events. Here A intersection B is phi, or it is a null set. Thus A and B are mutually exclusive events. Topic 16.3.5 Exhaustive events. If events E1, E2, E3, dash dash dash, event En are events of sample space S such that E1 union E2 union E3 union dash 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 union En equal to sample space S, then E1, E2, E3 up to event En are called exhaustive event. It means that all these events, when put together, should complete the sample space, or the elements of events of E1, E2 and E3 up to En together should make the complete sample space. Then these all are called exhaustive events. We learn it by one example. If there is a pack of playing card, and if we draw a card and it should be a number card of spade, then our sample space will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, because all the number cards are from 1 to 10 in a pack of playing cards. If we define even as number of card is even, even is number on card is even, then even equal to 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Event E2 is number on card is divisible by 3. Then E2 is 3, 6 and 9. Event E3 is number on card is odd. Then E3 equal to 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Now E1 union E2 union E3 equal to sample space S. Therefore, E1, E2, E3 are exhaustive events. Mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. In the above example, the event E1 equal to all elements which are even 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and event E3 in which all elements are odd which are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. If we observe these both events E1 and E3, then E1 union E3 equal to complete sample space and E1 intersection E3 equal to phi. Here when we have the union of sets E1 and E3, we get the complete sample space, and the E1 and E3 are disjoint sets. Hence such type of sets which completely form the sample space as well as they are disjoint sets, such sets are called mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Here E1 and E3 are mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Here completes this video. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel. Also press bell icon to get the latest notifications.